G'day everyone, it's Artist Wade here with another DR650 adventure. This video is hot off the press. I only rode this a few days ago. And oh boy, what a ride this was. So let me be quick. As you can see, I'm riding an Africa Twin. Not just any Africa Twin, it's Dusty Taylor's brand new Africa Twin. We met up early Sunday morning at Cessnock, and the plan was to ride to the Grey Gums Cafe on Putty Road. There'd be a group of road riders and there'd be a group of dirt riders. But Dusty and I were the only dirt riders that turned up. So we decided to leave the tar riders to do their thing, and Dusty and I were going to find some nasty trails. First though, we needed to take Dusty's Africa Twin home and swap it for his KTM Chook Chaser. And I've said it before, being the good sport Dusty is, he said jump on the Africa Twin and take it for a spin. Now she doesn't have crash bars yet, but I was happy to take it on the tarred road. But as we were making our way to Dusty's house, he said, would you like to take it on the dirt? Well, I'll tell you what, this bike is one of the best bikes I've ever ridden. So of course I said, you betcha. Once we swapped bikes, it was time to get down to business.
I was going to go up here, but Dusty stopped me by blocking the trail.
That's right, even though my bike's pointing downhill, we were actually going up, when Dusty had quite a spectacular crash. And it was only moments later when I threw the DR up onto an embankment. And that's pretty much the way the day continued. Only it got more and more intense. Before you all ask, I have no idea where these tunnels are. All I know is that we were close to Mount Sugarloaf. I also know that on this particular trail, after the tunnel, we were doing some pretty nasty snotty hill climbs. The kind of snotty hills where if you don't have your camera already on, there's no way you can take your hand off your bars. You're hanging on for dear life. So unfortunately, there's no video. But you can blame Dusty for that. He had my video camera attached to his helmet all day. You should also know that today it was 30 degrees. That's bloody hot. And we were already feeling it. And it was about this time that we entered the Okefenokee Swamp. This, my friends, is Yowie country. How do I know that? Well, there was a car bonnet in a tree 30 feet in the air. How could it possibly get there if it wasn't for Yowies playing frisbee? Anyway, as you can see, I'm in my element. This is what the DR and I love. As I turn around to Dusty with a big Cheshire grin on my face, big muddy bog holes. I should also like to tell you all that we weren't lost, but we had no idea where we were. We were just taking trail after trail. Some were dead ends, others there was no way we were getting our bikes through, not without mountain climbing gear. Eventually we found a snotty hill that went for kilometres and kilometres, and lo and behold we came out at the top of Freeman's Waterhole. That's where I needed to do some minor repairs on the DR. Not far up here on a downhill snotty run, I took the wrong line and needed to dismount, just throttle the bike out. And that's where I lost my footing, and you know that point where you're totally exhausted and you think bugger it, you just let your bike drop. My gear lever had been pushed into the engine casing, so I was unable to select gears. And obviously with this kind of riding, you need gears. And I shouldn't forget to mention that earlier on, I needed to strap my muffler to the bike. The muffler bracket had been sheared off. Today I was putting the poor DR through the ringer. Anyway, today was no time for nonsense. Just quick fixes, and then we were back on our way. We were always in search of dirty, nasty, muddy, ruddy trails. And just after I gave Dusty a muddy spray here, we were heading over to Currumbong for lunch. But first, we had a few monster hills to conquer. Here we go. This is take one. I think I can. No, I can't. And boom! Down goes Dusty as well. Total carnage. But I'm not going to let the hills stop me. Here's take two. That's a better line. In fact, that's the line I was trying to take the first time. But sometimes the front wheel hits a rock and you just got to close your eyes and hit the throttle and hope for the best. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. After a welcome lunch at Currumbong, it was time to hit the trails of the Wadigan State Forest. We were now riding late into the Arvo, getting more and more tired, but we did have a plan. We were now riding around the Jillaby area and now needed to make our way back into the Wadigans for a very special trail. Something Dusty and I had been looking forward to all day. So we headed back in via a few fun trails and we made our way to the top of Whiteman's Trail. Dusty and I had been here before, but we didn't know where the trail would take us. All we knew is that you ride over a rocky section and there's a big steep steel ramp that you need to ride down. Riding down's the easy bit, but if you need to come back up, well, that's another story. A few months ago, I rode down on wife Jackie's little Yamaha TDR 250 and I had loads of trouble getting the bike back up. But we'd heard on the grapevine that the trail will take you back out onto the road somewhere. So of course we were excited and keen to give it a go. And once Dusty went down after me, he was keen to give going up a red hot go. And like I said, it's a little harder getting up. And there's no way I was going to try that with the DR. I didn't need the big fat girl landing on top of me. After that we made our way out. There was only one last little snotty hill to get up. And then you ride down the mountain and you come back out around Jillaby. It had been another top day's riding. What do you reckon, Dusty? Maybe we should take a couple of the other boys with us, just to watch the mayhem. I'm Artist Wayne Dowson, and thanks for watching, everyone.